Hey everybody, today we're going to show you the best way to create airflow within your bioactive vivariums without the eyesore of fans dangling from the ceiling. This is super important to getting the vivarium of your dreams, but it's often overlooked.
If you want to know all the tips and tricks to making a vivarium like this one, you can click here to watch it, or subscribe to see our tank build videos.
Making an amazing vivarium is all about capturing the beauty of nature within a glass box, and we often talk about the pros of having an enclosed system like this: high humidity, a contained water cycle, etc. But we rarely talk about the cons, and one of those cons is a lack of air circulation.
Proper airflow is crucial in a vivarium to allow for proper air exchange, prevent gas buildup, and for the success of your plants and mosses. Although we often put plants on the floor of the vivarium that are happy with growing with their roots immersed in water, the plants on the sides and on the branches are meant to mimic plants that grow along the trees and canopy of the forest. These plants, such as bromeliads, air plants, orchids, and some ferns, have to fully dry in between waterings. Mosses will also look much healthier with some air circulation. Without it, they can often become moldy.
Our number one piece of hardware for promoting air circulation is the Humble PC fan. These are small, durable, adjustable, and can be plugged into normal outlets. If you have a lower humidity vivarium, you can just rest the PC fan on the outside. This will circulate outside air into the vivarium. You can put it on top of the mesh at the top or around the side or back. And this is the easiest method, but it will alter the humidity and temperature within the vivarium based on the outside air.
Therefore, in this video, we're going to show you 2 ways to build a hidden ventilation system inside your tank. The only materials you'll need for this are a PC fan, some foam board, hot glue or silicone, and some wire mesh. Links to our specific materials can all be found in the description.
Here's our first method. We're going to make a T-shaped HVAC system that takes air from the bottom of the vivarium and circulates it to the upper left and right. Let's start with this part. First, we put the PC fan down on the form board and measure its width. We then mark this distance 3 times. This will fold over to create a box big enough to hold the PC fan.
Using a straight edge, we continue these marks to the end of the board. Then we score along these lines so we can crack them to create folds. To make a full cut, we just score both sides. Once this is cut out, we repeat the process to make the upper half of the T. They don't have to be the same length, but our life will be much easier if the sections are all the same width on both.
Now we can tape the fan in. We just used painter's tape to position it and run the wire straight out the top. We're going to glue these later, so this is just to hold it in place.
With that done, we place our T together and mark where we need to cut so the air can flow. We score on both sides like before and fit the 2 pieces together. Here's what it looks like from the back, fully assembled so that the wire runs out one side.
We used some squares of foam to cap off the sides, then cut holes for the air to flow. You can do this step earlier if you want, and it might actually be easier. With the holes cut out for ventilation, we covered them with 2 layers of wire mesh. We don't want any critters sneaking back there.
Now we thoroughly glue everything we taped in place and can attach it to the back of our vivarium. We'll cover it with spray foam and driftwood so it blends in seamlessly with the background. This is the easiest way to make ventilation, and we find it works best for smaller tanks. You might notice though that we've entombed the PC fan within our tank and can no longer access it. PC fans last a long time, up to 10 years, but that's not forever.
If we want to build a ventilation system where we can access and replace the fan if need be, we'll use our second method. It's a bit more complex, but with a similar process.
In this example, we are using a much larger fan, since it's for a large 100-gallon tank. We start the same way, measuring out a box to hold our fan. However, we're going to cut and fold panels at the bottom so that the box decreases in size. This way, the fan can sit on the box without falling through. For this to work, the fan must sit at the top of the tank rather than the bottom, so our T is going to be upside down.
We cut out 2 triangles and a rectangle to decrease the size of the vent, then build the rest of the T-shape the same way as before. We cap it off with a piece of sponge as a lid so that no critters can get in. If we ever need to access the fan, we can take off the sponge and swap it out or make repairs.
And those are the methods for building ventilation systems in our tanks. We had a lot of success with these and find them much less of an eyesore than other methods. How do you ventilate your tanks? Let us know down in the comments. Also, as always, feel free to ask us questions.
If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to see more build videos, tips and tricks, and animal updates. We've got some really fun videos coming up that you don't want to miss, so ring that bell for notifications.
Bye! See you later!